Yeah, pile. So it's I think it's 2nd of January 2023. So yeah, the next job on the Beetle is this one here, the headlining. So let me just lean back on here. So this is what I'm working with. So the outside part looks pretty decent, but yeah, you can see that the original headliner is taking a right beating on there. Just old, knackered. There's some you can still see there's some insulation left here as well. So yeah, I bought the material yesterday, which matches this. Obviously, it'd be much cleaner and whiter, but yeah, same sort of material as that. So I'm going to take these out now, and then the plan is see what's on the edge, see if there's like cardboard or whatever there is that sort of tucks down there. Take it out carefully, and then I've got some new material here. Obviously not this side, but this side here, like that, which looks really nice. Nice sort of wool on there, and it's a good material as well, that it's got a small amount of stretching but hardly anything, so should mean that it retains its shape really nicely. So that's the plan. Cool. Right, let me get this headliner out. Right, yes, this is what came out. So I honestly tried to be careful, but honestly, as soon as you start bending these rods, it literally just destroyed the material. So that's what's left of the sound deadening, which obviously is fitted presumably under certain parts of it, just a central part of it. I've labelled up the rods. So each rod on, so mine's right-hand drive car, so these are all on the left-hand side, is where these hooks are. And then the straight, sort of slightly bent ends on that side. And I've also put them in, say 1, 2, 3, or 4 into order as well, along with a drawing. So I know at 34 centimeters, 68 centimeters, etc., etc. That's where these go. This is the stuff here that's sewn around the edges. Now, I couldn't get the rest of it out. Obviously, I've only had a quick go. The rest of it obviously is fallen down into the gap. So as soon as you basically pulled it, the material literally just ripped straight off it. So obviously, it's absolutely knackered. And that is obviously the stuff there that's stitched on all around the outside, that then pushes down and tucks down, and then basically grabs onto the metal of the roof itself, or the inner part of the roof. So that's obviously what grips it and holds it in place. So yeah, it's just like some sort of like basically a fit cardboard. Obviously there's bound to be some sort of modern replacement, but yeah, fit cardboard stitched on the edge. Cool. And that part there's a bit off the front bow. Cool, nice one. I'm heading outside to the car. This is what I've done. So I've gone for more of the Dodo mat, bunch more of that. I get inside there. Oops. There we go. Oh. Yeah. See, I've lined it with that. So obviously I used the one-piece edge to confirm that it was going to be rock solid. That's a piece left over from where I did the front and the back of the car, and then it's basically the same stuff. And then did the silver version there, and obviously I've got a few panels left as well, which is good. Use a bit of offcuts and stuff in the corners. So yeah, that should just help a bit of sort of soundproofing slightly, and just sort of stop any sort of shakes and rattles, that kind of thing. Cool, right, let me get on with the stitching aspects then. Right then, yes, this is obviously the reverse side of the material, and I've just done all the markings up. So what I've done is I've obviously cut it into the right shape, added, for me, for this stage, added a 3-inch border all the way round, plus some addition, sorry, 3 inches on the sides and the front, plus some additional material on the back. I've then sort of accurately marked it up with where the bows need to be. For example, 34, 68 centimeters, 98, 122 on my car, and adjust it slightly on here. So when I then pull the fabric sort of in to obviously to sew the sort of pocket where the rod goes through, it won't be miles out. It'll be pretty much where it should be once I've sort of stitched that sort of centimeter 15mm of material together to create the pockets. So that's the plan. Yeah, and then so I've got definitely spare material at the front and definitely spare material at the back. That way, once it's in place, I can then either glue it in or sew the sort of cardboard sort of edging on that sort of tucks down and grips into place. That's the plan. So I don't really do much sewing. So yeah, I'm just gonna give it a go, to be honest with you. Cool. Yep, I'll quick update on the Beetle headlining. So, as you can see, the sewing machine's out, and I've just sort of marked, I've marked up all the areas, and what I've done is I've just obviously clipped it up like that, so I can, on the line, so what I'm going to do, hopefully, is stitch it about 5mm in from one end to the other. I've done a quick test run on this, so I know the gist. So yeah, I'm just going to know how it goes, basically, This sewing machine seems absolutely quality. I've hardly sewed anything, but this one here seems absolutely sweet. So yeah, let me go for it. Cool. Right, there we go. So yeah, it took about half an hour of sewing. So yeah, really easy. Sewing machine, quality. Love it. And that's it there. So yeah, it looks good. So these are all positioned exactly where they should be. And then I've got the straight side on this side, and then the curve one on this side. This is obviously just a test one to make sure it fits, but you can see that it looks really nice in my opinion. And that's just straight off, literally straight one go on each one, that's it. Cool. So next I'm right, yeah, so here we go. So this is my headlining I just made. So I think it certainly looks really good on the sofa. Hopefully it'll fit nicely in the car. It is really smooth. And what I've done is basically I've stitched on this cardboard, which is really similar to what the original had. Obviously I had to sort of guess, so I've made the opening from here to here the exact sort of width of the car, with a little bit extra for the bow of the shape of the roof. And then as I had no template, I just basically had to put it in a position where I thought it would work. Rather than having a continuous piece, I've just left little gaps where the rods go as well. So we'll see if it works or not. The idea of this, in case you didn't know, is you when this goes into the metal part of the frame, you push it in with like a plastic spatula or a metal sort of bent tool, pushes it in, and then this part here then grips round the metal part of the inside of the roof, and that's what then keeps the headlining sort of tight and taut in all round basically. So that's how it works. That's why I've gone for this all here. I don't know if I need it in the corners or not. I don't know if I need all this extra fabric, etc. But once it's up, I can trim off this if I need to. But obviously it's best to have a bit more material in case you cock something up, Bear in mind I've got no template to work from. So yeah, I'm going to put it in the car now and see if it fits. Cool. Right then, yeah, the roof line's done on a Beetle. I'm pleased with it. And bear in mind, this is a completely homemade job by an amateur. And yeah, it looks really nice. Obviously you can now see the difference between the original sort of stained old 1958 material and the new stuff, but it's the same type of material. So it looks, it does look really, I think it looks really good. There's a few little points up here, a few little bits and pieces where I couldn't get it perfect, but end of the day, it's homemade. It's the best an amateur can do. So that's cool. I also made some repair sections in the corner. Obviously, in the future at some point, I might end up replacing all of this, but I need to do some work on some welding I want to do in the future. Potentially replace the heater channels and all that with sort of neater units. So there's no point doing anything like this until that's all done, really. So that's the reason. But yeah, I mean, end of the day, it looks way better than the piece of crap that was on there before, so I'm really pleased with that. And what I did is when I sort of tucked it down, the cardboard did actually tuck over the edge and worked really nicely, but I still found it was baggy quite a lot over there, because it wasn't sort of pulling it sort of really tight enough. So what I did is I just made these, so a bunch of this. So all it is just, as you can see there, it's wrapped over it's wrapped over 4 times, and then it's about an inch, and then just run this machine down the middle. Literally took 5 minutes to smash out a load of this. And then what I then did is I then just put it in like this, and then poked it. So I put it like that, and then poked it down from the middle using my wallpaper scraper. So poked it down from here, and it then sort of pushed it nicely into the gap between the original material and the new stuff. And honestly, just having this extra material and then just tightens it all up really nicely. So I absolutely recommend this. It's a potential idea if you're making your own kit. So it just like then folds over like that, and you can't see it at all. So I did that all around the back, around the sides, and didn't need it around the front, because that's the sort of the base part where it's tight. So yeah, I think it looks really good. Happy days. Cool. So thanks all for watching, and yeah, get your sewing machines out and crack on. Nice one.